Hey everyone, today is May 3rd, and we're going to be talking about doTERRA monthly specials and how to use them. And we usually go through about 4 countries when we do this. The interesting thing is, even if it's not a special in your country, stay tuned because you're really going to learn something. Every month we talk about the different specials in different parts of the world. It may not be a special for you, but I'm sure that's an oil that you have in your collection or in your closet, or you've been thinking about using it. And maybe you learned something different or a new way to use it that you never knew before. So this is my way of kind of passing a little bit of information on to you and also helping you stay informed. I feel like these conversations can be really productive. First and foremost, if we have anyone brand new here today, we want to hear from them. Please let us know. It is the 3rd of May, so happy May, everyone. Welcome to May. It is a little cloudy out there, but it's getting warmer and warmer every day. I'm super excited and just being able to get outdoors and really enjoy this beautiful weather. So happy May to everybody. We've got Mother's Day coming up on Sunday. Thank you, Mom, and congratulations and happy day to all our moms on here today. So everyone's hopping on. They're saying hello. Winnie says hi. Swen B says hi. Jesslyn says hi. Hi, everyone. We're so happy that you're here. We're going to, we're actually going to get started right away because you cannot believe how many specials there are this month and all over the world. Now, there is one special that I'm going to show you, but that I know is sold out. If you know of any others that are sold out, because I've been hearing in, especially in places like Singapore and Malaysia, that some of the specials have been going really fast. I want to make sure that we are, we're talking about the right things, right? That I'm not telling you about something crazy and then you say to me, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. You say to me, oh, no, we don't have that special anymore, where that special's done. That would be kind of yucky, right? We don't want to have that happen. I want to just share with you what's going on here. We've got some great, as I said, we've got some great specials. If you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up. We had a little bit of some technical difficulties last week, but I'm praying that this week, no technical difficulties, no sound difficulties, everything runs smoothly. I think it's going to be a great day. So today we're talking about our May specials. Everyone's popping in and saying, hey, hi. Hello, Megan. She says, happy Mother's Day to all amazing moms. And yes, that's kind of my sentiment too. I think it's going to be a great month. I actually woke up today feeling really energized, and I have an amazing giveaway today. So if you have a friend and they haven't been on the call for a while, send them a quick text message, because I'm not going to tell you what it is, but let me tell you, when you see it, you're going to go, oh, it is really amazing what I'm going to be giving away. Even for our US teams, you have not seen this one in a long time. And I personally, I don't think I've ever given this away, not on here. So text anybody you know. We're just getting started. We'd love to see them on here live. Okay, so step number 1, we want to see our US specials. Whoops. There we go. Our US specials, we've got a couple of different ones coming up. Number 1 is it's time for Clementine. Clementine is our product of the month. Benefits of Clementine, it's obviously a light kind of pleasant aroma. It comes in this one comes in a 5 milliliter bottle. It can help ease occasional heartburn or indigestion when taken internally. So you could put that in a glass of water. You could put it in a capsule. I love the smell of Clementine. It's not an oil that is regularly on our roster. So when it comes around, I'm super excited that it is. It also does a good job on cleaning surfaces, but I'm going to give you some great blends that you can use in your diffuser, or you could make a roll on, either one, whichever you prefer. So take a look at these blends. If you want to take screenshots, that's great. I'm going to go through them kind of quickly because we got a lot going on today. So the Bright Beautiful Day, 3 drops each of clementine, lemon, and bergamot. I love bergamot, hands down, my favorite oil. I love it blended with just about everything. So this is going to be a blend. Actually, sorry, 2 drops of lemon and 2 drops of bergamot. I got that one a little bit mixed up. I think this is going to be a great blend. I didn't try it yet because I actually just saw it last night. I went to bed. I didn't do blending this morning. Sorry. Next one, breathe in clean. So this is one if you're going to be using your clementine for surface cleaning and for disinfecting. Clementine, 3 drops, On Guard, and Purify. Another really nice blend. You can use this, spraying this on your kitchen countertops, maybe in your bathroom, anything that just needs a quick refresh. I would think you could even use this, soak it on some cotton balls and put it maybe in a closet if you had a stuffy closet, or you could soak it and put it in shoes that were not so fresh. So breathe in clean could be used, especially because it's got that purify in it and the clementine, and the On Guard's going to work really powerfully against any kind of germs that you have, right? Next one, Serene Sunrise. This is just kind of a nice clean blend with, you've got your spice there from your ginger, you've got your mint, and then you've got your citrus, which is always kind of a nice combo when you've got these different sorts of pops of different categories of oils, 3, 1, and 1. And I think your clementine, if you didn't put more in there, would maybe be overwhelmed by that ginger. So make sure you get extra clementine in there. If you still can't smell it, throw an extra drop in there, but this should be a really nice one. Next off is 15% off of geranium. Geranium, super controversial. Some people love it, other people hate it. Let me know in the comments, do you love it or you hate it? I love it, but as I've said before, sometimes I'll start diffusing it in my office. My office is down in the lower level of my house, and within about 5 minutes, my husband, who has his office on the same level, will say, okay, enough. And if I really get crazy and I keep diffusing, my kids who are on 2 flights up will go, no way, Mom, that's enough. Stop, please stop. But I love geranium. And I have to say, whenever I smell anyone, like if I go near a lady and she has geranium on, to me, it's like, I don't know, poor man's rose. I just love it. Let me know if you like it or you don't like it. Debbie says she's sensitive to it. Ling says, gives me a little heart for it. Megan says, love it. And my colleagues that I diffuse my rose, but it's actually geranium. Yes. So if you like your geranium and you want to diffuse it, but you might lose a few friends, but maybe not, maybe not. Geranium is so cool. And the plants are beautiful. And I don't know if you know this, but there are actually species of geranium that are grown not for their flowers, but for their leaves. And when you press the leaves between your fingers, they actually smell like different things, including things like chocolate and mint. And when you can actually use those leaves for cooking, it really kind of cool. The geranium flower is actually usually quite small in those plants, but the leaves are really kind of special. Link says she applies it on her hair, which is actually really good. And that's one of the recommended uses. It does help promote clear and healthy skin. It can repel insects naturally. So here's the cool thing about that. You can wear it all summer long. You can smell really great and you can be repelling insects. So there's really no downside. And you're giving your hair a vibrant, healthy glow. So don't forget, we have this fabulous prize coming up at the end. I'm not telling you what it is, but when you see it, you will gasp. So if you want to just text someone now and say to them, hey, I hear she's giving away something really cool, still on the live, we just got started. Text someone now and say, you want to pop on? Here's the link, and just spread the word. Okay, next step, let's see a little bit about diffusing geranium. So you could mix geranium with clary sage and ylang ylang. And I'm going to tell you, this is going to be a super controversial one because some people don't like geranium, other people don't like ylang ylang, and some people don't like clary sage. I'm one of the people who doesn't like clary sage. But if you're trying to support you want to support hormonal health, especially you ladies, this could be a great one for you to diffuse during that time of the month. Or if you're going through having some menopausal symptoms, this blossoming bouquet could be just the thing what you need. If you have any questions about what I'm talking about, text them, put them in the chat. But your geranium, your ylang ylang, and your clary sage are just, that's the ticket. I'm feeling super animated today. Can you see? I'm just really cheerful about all these new blends. Okay, here we go. Springtime smiles. I'm not sure what this one does for you, but I think it's going to smell really great because you've got, again, 2 flowers and a citrus. So if you're thinking of making your own blends, really try to think, what are the categories of the oils that I'm putting together in this blend? Am I blending citrus with flowers? Usually, terrific. Sometimes citrus flowers and a mint. You want a mild mint, use a spearmint. You want something a little bit more bold, use your peppermints. You could even use thyme, which honestly is part of the mint family. I know you might not believe it, but it is. So you got your geranium, your wild orange, and your lavender. Springtime smiles. I'm sure this would make you feel great and really help your room to feel wonderful. Okay, walking on sunshine. This is kind of a bright, fresh blend. You've got your geranium, grapefruit, and lime. We're going to talk a little bit about lime later on because one country has lime as a special. And if you know what that is already, text me in the chat. I want to hear from everybody today. Really want to hear, and I can see the numbers going up, so you must be texting your friends and telling them, great prize today, hop on. Talking about specials might seem boring, but we always talk about what to do with those specials. Never, ever leave you hanging and just say, hey, buy this thing, it could be good. That's not me. I really want you to know how to use it. And if you've already got one, what you can blend it with, right? So let's keep going. I want you to just keep in mind that US still has the sleep wellness program. It was released about a month ago, or maybe not even. You know, these are our 90-day plans, doTERRA's 90-day plans, and they include a mix of products in these small neoprene bags. And you basically sign up for 3 months, and each month you receive a slightly different curated blend or mix of doTERRA products specifically for that issue. That's why I like it. 90-day plans are great and kits are great. Okay, so I have to say, I have not always promoted kits. I've been one of those people who said, nah, kits, they're no good. Pick your own products. But I realized after years of study, and now I can clearly say, I made a mistake. Kits can be amazing. And if you're a kit person, I want to know in the chat, do you love kits or do you hate them? I have to say, I'm a kit person now. I'm totally converted, love kits, love what they do. You get a little package, it's got all the stuff in there and you get to fool around and play with it. It is really a cool thing. And obviously, you know, all the different commercial venues are bearing that out. People really like kits. So if you like kits, sleep wellness program, we've also got our respiratory wellness program. This is a big deal for anybody who's having seasonal discomfort, because seasonal discomfort really can be a pain in the nose. You can have runny nose, you can have watery eyes, you can have sneezing or any sort of other discomforts. But when you have it, you really don't feel like yourself. You're not sick, right? You're just feeling kind of crummy. I have to say, in where I'm living, the pollen is coming out of the trees in such a flood that everything is covered with yellow dust. So if you park your car outside, when you come back a few hours later, it will be covered with yellow pollen. And as you're walking, you can see it outside. You can see it kind of flying in the air. If I leave my windows open, it'll come flying into my windows. My patio is covered with pollen. The other day it rained after the pollen, and all along the sides of the street were like yellow, 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 yellow. It almost looked like someone had spilled yellow paint. If you know what I'm talking about, if you've seen pollen like this, text me in the chat. I want to hear. If you think I'm out of my mind, what is she talking about? I'll have to get a picture for you can see it. So Swanby says she loves the kits, loves the special items, including in the kits. Swanby, I'm with you now. Really, I think they're a great thing. Let's talk a little about a Mother's Day kit, which is a limited edition in the US. But I think as a mom and having a mom and knowing some moms, this is kind of a cool gift. I wasn't sure at first, and I'm going to tell you why. When I first looked at the diffuser, I thought it was plastic, but then I found out it was ceramic, and I thought, whoa, that's really kind of cool. It's also a petite size. It's not a super jumbo one, right? It's like a petite size. You can see it right there next to the 3 bottles of essential oil. And I'm going to tell you what makes it unique in about a minute. Pamela says she's never been a kit person either until the last convention. Right, Pamela? I mean, you can change and it's okay. Change is good, right? Danielle says, I got the Mother's Day kit and she loves it and she got it for herself. Really, why not? You get the Rome, that little diffuser is called the Rome, and you're going to find out in a minute why it's called Rome. And then you're going to not roam like Italy, roam like walking around. Wild Orange, Balance, and Serenity, all for $80.50 with a PV of 45. I have to say that's a pretty good value. The only thing is, as you can see, the PV and the wholesale price do not match. So you want to make sure if you're putting in your cart or you're trying to make some sort of a level, right? You're trying to maybe reach 100 PV for an auto ship order, an LRP order, that you're making sure you're adding other things in there. Here's the other thing, because it's a special offer. I've said this to you before, you want to make sure that you immediately go back in and adjust your LRP for the following month. Why? Because it's a special offer. It's going to process once, and then it's going to drop your PV down in your cart to, let's say your PV was 100. It's going to drop it down to 65. 65 is not enough for you to get your weekly fast start check. You need 100 PV to do that. So if you're only down to 65, what's going to happen? You're going to miss your check. And I don't want that to happen to you. So let's keep going. I want to talk to you about the diffuser. A couple of people popping in saying, Subi says, diffuser is so nice. Let's find out why it's nice. Okay. It's called a Rome because this is a cordless diffuser that runs on a battery. And I don't know if you can see it really well, but that little disc at the bottom is actually a charging dock. So it has water capacity of 100 milliliters, not a ton, right? So it's not going to be blasting out mist all over the place, really for a small bedroom or any sort of small room, but you could put it in a bathroom. You could move it around with you during the day. It runs on 4 to 8 hours on the battery, 5 to 10 hours with the adapter. So I guess sitting on the little tab. The cool thing is it's going to shut itself off when it's done. So you're not going to be running it dry, which I always feel like, don't want to do that. Room size of 270 square feet, which is about, I think, 100 meters, if I'm not mistaken. Anybody could be like 90 meters. Yeah, I think like 90 meters. If I got that right, let me know, because you know me and metric system, not always so good. And it has 3 lights, white, warm, and cyan, C-Y-A-N. If you know what cyan is, I was on it. This is the second time I'm giving this presentation. And the first time I got on and I thought maybe it was green, but now I'm thinking it's more like purple. If you know what cyan is, let me know in the chat, because I clearly do not know and I did not look it up. But let's keep going with the Singapore specials. We've got some great, isn't that cool that it roams around? I really like it. Only until supplies last, right? So if you're outside of the US or you think this is a really cool thing, jump in, because it's not going to last forever. And Mother's Day is next Sunday, a week from yesterday in the US. I know it in other places of the world, it already passed, but here it's actually next Sunday. Okay, so Debbie's telling me that cyan is more to blue, and Suan B says that cyan is the color between green and blue. So kind of like turquoise, is that right? Between green and blue? All right, let's see. I think that would be nice. That would be soothing. You'd want that in a bedroom. Okay, Cedarwood, product of the month in Singapore. Naturally repels insects. I didn't know this. You can put it on a cotton ball, put it in a closet. I guess I did know that it repels moths. Now that I think about it, we think about cedar closets and cedar chests, right? Someplace where you would put your sweaters or any of your wool clothing over a period. You were going to store it for any period of time so that moths weren't going to get in there. I think I told you my sad story that I left my sweaters in a closet that didn't have cedar wood in it, and all the moths came and ate up all the sweaters. And then the following year, when I went to open up the closet and take the sweaters out, they all had like lace. They were just male lace, and several of them could not be repaired. They were just a mess. Cedarwood does promote relaxation, and you can diffuse it after a long, busy day. I love to put it on the back, on the spine, on the back of the neck. You can add it to your facial routine. It's very good for acne. I don't know if you know this, but Cedarwood is actually in Terra Shield, Anchor, which is part of the yoga collection, Claricalm, and the Kids Blend Stronger. So it is really used in a lot of our products. It does have a wonderful kind of warming smell. It's terrific for calming, anti-anxiety. I like it for any of the spectrum disorders. If you know of anybody, a child probably, who's having difficulty focusing, parents might be very, very concerned about this child. You would be applying it to the forehead, diffusing it in their presence whenever possible, and applying it to the back of the neck. If when my son was younger, he was one of those kids who was very jumpy all the time. He was never diagnosed with anything, but he probably could have been. And we applied it on his spine every night before bed. It really did, and on the soles of his feet, and it really did help him. And we put it in diffusers. And now that he's in college, it's interesting. I think he needs to go back to using it again, because college it's a new environment, and there are a lot of distractions. And he's talking about having difficulty focusing. He's doing okay, and he's in the home stretch, folks. So keep praying. He's almost there. The other thing that I want you to know about cedarwood is that it's very good for the urinary tract, the bladder, and any sort of vaginal infections. You can apply it over the lower abdomen. If you're suffering from any of those things, if you have any concerns about strengthening those areas. So cedarwood is really a wonderful product. And I would put it into, honestly, just about any routine. When you're talking about acne, it says here on the screen, facial routine, but I would say specifically acne, because it does have a drying and soothing and clearing effect. Pamela says, yep, cyan turquoise is close. Okay, good. We have to look it up later on. Let's go on and talk about peppermint soft gels. Some of you may have tried these. They were introduced about 2 years ago, I want to say. Gosh, time has really flown, hasn't it, with convention and everything? You're supporting your gut, right? What I love about the peppermint soft gels is the exterior coating is a little bit thicker. It's called enteric coating, and that just means that it's going to get further down into your digestive tract and actually open up and be released in the area that you really want. Sometimes with thinner capsules, they can be released higher up, maybe in the stomach or even in the esophagus, which is not necessarily where you want them to release. You want them to get down as low as possible. Great for occasional stomach discomfort, for occasional gas or bloating. You can take 2 soft gels 30 to 60 minutes before a meal. You can also take it after a meal, because obviously if you're feeling bloated after the meal, you'd want to be able to take it after, right? And it does provide digestive relief. And I have used them, don't use them enough. It's not, let's just say digestion is usually not my issue. You know how everyone has an issue, whether it's, I don't know, digestion or respiratory or maybe skin. Mine tends not to be my digestion, but if it were, I would take this all the time. Teresa says, my husband got food poisoning, and these plus Terrazyme saved him. Okay, that's good to know for all of you who are beginning to eat out in restaurants again, because some of us are just getting out of our house for the first time after a long, long time. Make sure you have your peppermint soft gels. There's also some enrollment programs going on in Singapore. They were last month and this month. I know this says new enrollees receive, it says only in April, but on the top it says enrollment promotion 1st of April to 31st of May. And yes, it is being continued throughout the whole month of May. So you get a free lavender touch. So thirsty today. Free lavender touch with a minimum 100 PV enrollment order, and a free lavender and breathe touch with a 200 PV order. So these are what the new enrollees get. The new enrollers can really rack up the points, and they can win Rose, Jasmine, or Kananga, or all 3 by enrolling wellness advocates between April 1st and May 31st. The cool thing about these 3 oils, they work really well together. You all know about Rose. we're going to find out later actually about Kananga. I'm going to talk about Kananga in about a minute, but let's talk today about jasmine specifically. So jasmine has a well-known history for being used in exotic perfumes and for love. We think of jasmine as being one of these oils that attracts the opposite sex. It's really just a wonderful earthy kind of heady smell, very floral, but it actually has some great uses for things like sadness or inability to cope with stress. You can also use it for exhaustion when you feel like you just can't do anymore. Jasmine is one of those oils that is a terrific pick-me-up. Now, you could use your jasmine if you win it, or if you don't happen to win it for whatever reason, or it's not a promotion special in your country, get your jasmine roll-on and roll it on. You can also use it on your face. It's terrific for fine lines and wrinkles. So you can use it around the eyes or wherever you're feeling like you need a little bit of a pick-me-up. I would use it maybe even under my makeup as a serum if you wanted to just protect your face, or you could use it at night and apply it either with your moisturizer or instead of your moisturizer. There is fractionated coconut oil in the roll-on. This jasmine that you're going to win, obviously you'd have to mix with another fatty oil so that you'd be able to apply it to your skin and have it really stick. The Jasmine Touch is a fabulous product. I use it all the time. I actually use the jasmine, the neroli, and the rose constantly. Those are my three go-tos. And I have to say the magnolia is my other favorite floral oil. Fun for dad, I guess. Dad's Day, Father's Day is coming up. Now, Father's Day in the US is in June. When is Father's Day in Singapore? Because it must be coming up soon for there to have a Father's Day special. This is something that we got in the US for Christmas, but I guess this is for the dad that likes to cook. I think I told you about this before. You can get the Italian, the tropical, or the Mexican blends. Each one has its own benefit. Wow, Serene says it's the third Sunday of June. Oh, Serene, I'm sorry, I thought you said June 3rd. The third Sunday of June is Father's Day in Singapore. Okay, cool. It's coming up. We'll make sure to wish all the fathers happy Father's Day, but we have to get their presents in advance, right? Okay, so what can you do with these? The Italian blend features olive oil with thyme, rosemary, basil, marjoram, and oregano. You can use it for meat, pasta, or salad dressing. I think, honestly, all of these can be used for just about anything, whether you're using them with meats or fish or vegetables or using them as sauces. They're a terrific addition. The tropical blend is coconut oil with orange, lemon, lime, grapefruit, green mandarin, bergamot, yuzu, and ylang-ylang. This could be terrific with shellfish. You could also use it in a smoothie. Interesting. I didn't realize it had ylang-ylang in it. That's really kind of cool. I love yuzu. I don't know if any of you have tried it. Tropical oil into cakes is yummy. I bet it is. Yeah, if you were baking a plain sort of vanilla cake and instead you put in the tropical oil, I bet it would give a really lovely flavor. And then finally, the Mexican blend with lime, cumin, black pepper, cilantro, and marjoram in avocado oil. And I don't know if you picked up on that, but each one of the blends has a different fatty oil. So the Italian has olive oil, the tropical has coconut oil, and the marjoram has avocado oil. I'm sorry, the Mexican has avocado oil. So really interesting. These are great products. I got mine at Christmas time. Keep them in my kitchen. I do add them to my dishes from time to time, and they're just a lot of fun. I hope doTERRA from time to time does this more often. And whether I think this would be a fun thing to do with kids. Maybe dad and his kids could get together and do something really fun. Okay, we're on Malaysia. If you haven't contacted a friend yet, contact your friend now because we're going to be announcing that prize really soon. We're only about halfway through. I know it sounds crazy. I've probably been talking for about a half an hour. I'm going to try to get off here in the next 15 minutes or so. So if there's anybody that you think is certainly, we're going to go on and we're going to talk about Malaysia now. We're going to talk about the Philippines, and then I'm going to tell you about my magnificent prize that I'm going to give away that I don't think you've ever heard. You've heard of it. We're going to talk about it, but never given this away before. Text a friend, tell them to hop on. Okay. Also in Malaysia is Cedarwood. We talked a little bit about Cedarwood earlier. It is the product of the month from the 1st to the 15th with 125 PV LRP order. Their 10% off is actually Neroli Touch. Neroli Touch, I always want to think of this as the women's oil, but I'm going to put it into two categories. There's a women's component, and then there's coronary support. So women, you want to think of childbirth and pregnancy. You can apply it right under the nose to soothe the mom, either during the pregnancy or when she's going through childbirth. You can actually apply it diluted to the lower back to ease anxiety during labor. Menopause and PMS symptoms. You can apply it from, inhale it from cupped hands. Apply it to the abdomen, put it in a warm bath before bed. Also terrific for menstrual or muscle cramps. So I like to think, like I said, Neroli, I always think women. And I remember when it first came out, and Dr. Hill told us that it is one of the oils that's very good for pregnant women. I don't know, put that in the back of my head and have never forgotten it. However, Neroli actually has a component that makes it wonderful for coronary health. And if you are experiencing difficulty with the circulation, maybe that your circulation is a little bit too high, this could be a wonderful product. You could apply it right on the heart area. I would strongly recommend Neroli. It is a wonderful product. Okay, we've got a very similar enrollment promo in Malaysia going on again until the 31st of May. Lavender with 100 PV enrollment, lavender and easy air for 200 PV enrollment. We've got, again, the 3 oils for the enrollee, and you're going to be kind of racking up the enrollments and qualifying for these 3 products, or at least one of the products. I remember the first year I came to doTERRA and I qualified for one of the products. I was so excited. And then in subsequent years, I kind of got on a roll and was really able to do it. What do we do with Kananga, right? I love the word. I've seen it a couple of times. I think I've even gotten on here a couple of times and said, sounds great, but I don't know what's for. Does anybody know? And I get no answers at all. So Kananga actually is a similar plant to ylang ylang, and it has the same chemical constituents, except there are a couple of different small scientific changes or small chemical changes, differences. Kananga is called Kananga or odorata, and I think ylang ylang is called Kananga something else. I don't know what it is. But needless to say, Kananga is wonderful for reducing stress, promoting calmness. It's very good for the nervous system and the skin. So whenever you think Kananga, you want to think nervous tension, nervous anxiety, any kind of stress, and also skin issues. Has higher amounts of the chemical constituent beta-caryophyllene than ylang ylang does, which is why it makes it also good for healthy cellular function and especially soothing to the skin. It supports healthy nervous function, immune function, skin elasticity. It really does a lot. You can use it to balance feelings of anxiety or stress, improve mood, and give yourself just a feeling of balance or peace, if you will. It does support cellular function, as I mentioned before, and then you want to use it for overall immunity. So Kananga is a terrific oil, similar, as I said, to ylang ylang, and I would definitely put it into your routine if you happen to win a Kananga. Great, and then we can chat, of course. I think I don't know how I got one, but I think I have one, and I guard it closely. Anyway, next on the hit parade is your On Guard hard candies. So this has now become a permanent product. It had not been a permanent product in the past. You'll notice that in Malaysia, it is called a hard candy, whereas in the US, it's called a lozenge, meaning that it has some soothing abilities for the throat. I like to think that it has not only soothing abilities, but perhaps immune boosting or some immune supporting function, right? So keep your On Guard hard candies. If you're in Malaysia, use them to help support, especially if you're having any sort of soreness in your throat. I think that could really help you. Okay. My Skin Savior Kit. I don't know if this is still available. I think that it is, including Helichrysum, Roman Chamomile, Virage Facial Cleanser, and Virage Toner. Helichrysum, let's talk about that for a second, because that's a really good one. Everyone's saying yes, that this is still available. Helichrysum, great for scars, wounds, and bruising, which is why it's in the Skin Savior Kit. It's also great for tinnitus and earaches. So if you're having any difficulty with those, you can do one of two things. You can apply it around your ear like this on a regular basis. I would do that at least twice a day. You could do it diluted if you needed to, but you could also do it undiluted, neat. The other thing you could do is take a small piece of cotton, put a few drops in the cotton, rest it in your ear here. Great for children. I love Helichrysum. When my mother started having difficulties with memory, we used a lot of Helichrysum with her, and she continues to use a lot of Helichrysum. The other thing that Helichrysum is wonderful for are liver issues and heavy metal toxicity. So if you have recently been exposed to heavy metals, maybe you took some sort of a treatment that included heavy metals, or you know somebody who did, this can be taken in a capsule or it can be drunk in a glass of water. I like the capsule idea, especially for the liver, because you want to make sure that it's going a little bit further down into the digestive tract. But keep Helichrysum in mind. It is one of those miracle oils that really does so much. And I had actually forgotten about the liver issues until I was reading up on it last night. And I wanted to make sure that you knew that too. Other kit is Love You Mom Kit. Is this sold out, everybody? I heard it's still around, but I don't know. I hope they have a ton of these. This concludes Tea Tree, Ylang Ylang Whisper, Claricom, Yarrow Palm Body Renewal System, and a coaster and mug cover set, which is really kind of cute. I guess it comes in three different colors, which is adorable. What's not clear is it comes, what's on top of the cover? It's like a little pink animal. Is it a duck? Is it an elephant? I can't see what it is. Is it a piggy? Let me know if anybody knows. Let me know what's on that cover. Let's talk about Whisper, because I think the other ones you know about, and we've talked about Ylang Ylang a little bit. Whisper, great for balancing hormones. Apply to the pulse points in the back of the neck. For libido and sex drive, you can apply to the pulse points and also the abdomen. I might be applying Whisper with Jasmine, if that was a concern. And then finally, anger. So Whisper is a good one for that one. You can diffuse it. You can inhale it from your cupped hands. You want to apply it only topically or aromatically. We're not using this one internally. It is it's a wonderful essential oil, but you want to make sure that you're using it properly. I like Whisper. I don't know how many of you have used it. Maybe you used it before when it was not in a roll-on and you have some roll-on yet, straight ones yet, and you can make your own roll-on, or you've tried the new roll-on. Ethel says this is a lovely set for all women. Yes. Oh, it's a little logo on the hat. Okay. All right. Thank you for letting me know. Wish they had a better photo. Okay. So this one is the one that I think is sold out. Is that correct? The Happy Travel Kit looks like, oh, Sihan says the Happy Travel Kit sold out in 1.5 days. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you too much about this, just to tell you next time a kit comes out, be really fast, because sometimes they just sell out really fast. Let's go on to the, Shuchi says, yes, sold out. Okay, so let's go on to the Philippines. We're getting to the end. When am I going to talk about my amazing prize that I have? I'm almost out of space here, and I'm almost out of time. Product of the month in the Philippines is lime oil. Here's some interesting uses for lime if you haven't tried them. You can use it when you have a sore throat in a gargle. I know a lot of you probably use just salt and water, but you can include some lime essential oil in there. And then you can use it for respiratory, lymph, or liver congestion. And then you're going to apply it topically over the area of concern or take it in a capsule. Remember, when you're applying lime oil, especially, it is photosensitive, but if you're doing it for respiratory, lymph, or liver congestion, I'm going to assume that those parts of your body are going to be covered. But if you're going out in a bikini and you're not going to be covered, then I want you to make sure that you're not putting it on and then going out into the sun. The other thing that you're going to be doing with your lime oil is using it for memory and clarity. You can diffuse it to do that. You can actually inhale it from cupped hands, but lime has a very bright, fresh aroma. I love to blend lime with pink pepper and frankincense. That's one of my favorite scents, and I love, love, love it. Okay. Belle says, can I order products from Malaysia if I'm in Singapore? Yes, you can. You can email to doTERRA Malaysia and arrange for your own shipping to Singapore. Okay, so are you ready? Drum roll, please, everyone. The 10% off promo in the Philippines is, yes, the amazing floral kit, the Precious Florals kit that I think in the US we had 2 years ago for Mother's Day. I'm not sure. Well, I don't think it was last Mother's Day. An amazing kit, including Neroli, Jasmine, Rose, Blue Lotus, and Ylang Ylang. Is that, no, sorry, Magnolia. Just hands down, my favorite kit ever. This was really blew me away. And folks, that's our gift today. I only have one, so one lucky winner is going to win this. It's still in the United States, so be calm, cool, and collected. I'm going to have to send it out, but yes, I will make sure you will get it. Don't worry. Let's talk about Blue Lotus, because I think you all know about the other ones. Blue Lotus is actually also known as Egyptian lotus or blue water lily. It's notorious for its mysterious scent, and it is super rare among essential oils. How do you use it? You're going to use it for hydrated, soft skin. You're going to apply it to the face or the hands as part of your morning or evening routine. You can roll it onto the feet or the back as part of a relaxing massage. You can apply it with another oil like jasmine or magnolia to create a personal fragrance, which is part of the fun of being able to use essential oils that is both kind of uniquely calming and uniquely you, right? You can actually apply it to your scalp after showering. It's also going to stick with you a little bit more, and it'll give a little bit of moisture to your hair. And then finally, squalene, the main chemical constituent in Blue Lotus, is a natural part of your body's ability to moisturize and hydrate skin. And on that note, we're actually going to talk about skin. Not today. We've talked about enough things. Next week, our presentation is going to be all about skin. So if you know anybody who's really keen to learn more, that's like my favorite thing to talk about, I have to say. There's a lot of things that I talk about and a lot of things I like to talk about, but skin, hands down, that's my jive. I don't know. I just love, love, love it. A lot of people are saying, oh my gosh, wow, Blue Lotus, super generous. Ida says, wish I could own that kit, Elena. Sareba's giving me smiley faces. So I hope you like this kit, and I'm so happy. I'm actually happy that I had one and happy that I can give one away. I think that's it's gonna make somebody's day today. So that's a really cool thing. Let's go quickly through the remaining promotions in the Philippines, because they've also got a lot. You can earn a free felt oil bag by placing a single 100 PV order until the end of the month. You can also, there's a promotion on something called the Touch Kit, which one of the oils in the Touch Kit is the Beautiful. I don't know if you've heard of Beautiful before. It was a blend that was released at convention about 4 or 5 years ago and has come back and forth in different product iterations, including moisturizers and so on, but the Beautiful roll-on is just lovely. You can use it as a personal aroma during the day for a motivating boost. You can roll it on your pulse points to feel empowered and inspired, and you can apply it when experiencing anxious feelings. It's a combination of osmanthus, lime, bergamot, and frankincense. It's wonderful. I have to say, osmanthus, pretty cool. And since I love bergamot, what could go wrong, right? It's both uplifting and relaxing because it has both things in it. And you can use it with you're feeling stressed, brightening your mood, you're feeling discouraged, calming anxious feelings. You want to feel inspired and empowered every day. Beautiful's your thing. Okay, what else do we have? We have an Alluring Floral Kit. This is kind of cute. It almost looks like a little pouch that you would bring on a trip with your jewelry, but instead it's for essential oils. It's kind of nice. I'm assuming that the top, I don't know if that's a mirror or that it's clear. I think it's a mirror, but it's really kind of clever. Clary Sage in this particular kit is great for childbirth and low milk supply. So we've talked about 2 oils that are great for mom. During this presentation, we talked about neroli, and now we're talking about clary sage. Infertility, and you're giving this clary sage to mom after she's given birth, right? Not while she's pregnant. You can also use it before if you're experiencing either infertility or prostate or uterine health issues. It's terrific with blended with peppermint for hot flashes, and you can apply that topically or you can take it in water. Yes, clary sage is ingestible, so you can take it aromatically, topically, or internally. And like I said, not my favorite oil, but it really does some very cool things. And I know it's very powerful. I would never just out of hand say, no clary sage for me. If you need it, use it. Cereba says the organizer is so nice. And the round case, doesn't that look nice? It's really kind of cute. I love it. Okay, what else do we have here? Tinted lip gloss. My gosh, Philippines, you got everything. Is it Mother's Day coming this Sunday in the Philippines? If anybody's on from the Philippines, let me know if this Sunday is Mother's Day or it's a different day. My Philippine friends, my friends from the Philippines. Tinted lip gloss. I bought a whole bunch of these, I think like 4 at least at Christmas time, and I use them all myself because I just love the lip gloss. I love the color. I love the feel of it. I love the little peppermint boost. It is yummy. So this is something that you really want to take advantage of if you possibly can. And now you're going to get 20% off on enrollment kits. And this is a big deal. So the US has done this. Sorry, everyone. I don't know why. I must have had salty food last night. I don't know. I'm just super, super thirsty this morning. Ida's asking if you ingest clary sage, how many drops of clary sage and peppermint into veggie capsules? So Ida, whenever we talk about a single essential oil, we always talk about 1 to 4 drops, never more than 4. Less than 1, you would have 0. That's no good. So if I were starting out putting in a capsule, I would start with 1 drop of clary sage and 1 drop of peppermint. If you feel you didn't get the effect that you wanted, then you could increase it to 2 and 2 and so on, but never more than 4 drops of any single oil at a single usage. Why? You don't really need that much, and the body basically will flush it out as out of the system. So keep that in mind, Ida. I hope that helps you. Okay, so what are some of the kits that you can use? Get 20% off on enrollment kits. Number 1 is a Family Essentials Kit. This is the granddaddy of them all. This is kind of the kit where it all started. The Family Essentials Kit had different names, but it's our basic 10 essential oil. This one comes with fractionated coconut oil, and you can add a pilot diffuser now for a limited time and also for a reasonable price if you want to include it with the kit. The other thing you can get is the Home Essentials Kit, 20% off. Again, a wonderful kit, has a few more essential oils, the bigger diffuser. This is also a great one to get started with. I like the fact that they now include the adaptive roll-on in there. That's really a big deal. And those are the bigger bottles, right? The 15 milliliter bottle. And then finally, the Natural Solutions Kit, which includes just a little bit of everything. It has your essential oils, it has your On Guard foaming hand wash, your toothpaste, you've got your body wash in there, you've got some of your supplements, you've got your fractionated coconut oil, soap, a box, and a partridge in a pear tree. It is a wonderful kit, and if you can get it now for 20% off, I would be talking to the new people or people that have been kind of on the fence and holding back. Tell them now we're doing an enrollment promotion, 20% off kits. This is a really, really big deal. So that's it, folks. Can you believe it? I just wanted to say, just in closing, thank you to everyone who is here today. Thank you to all the teams, big and small, to everyone who helps to put this together every single week. I love being here. And we're going to see you next week talking about skin. The ideas that I presented today were primarily from the book Essential Oils Healthcare for Today, A Beginner's Guide. Goes back to that old idea of 90-day plans. Stick with it for 90 days and you really can see results. And this book has 50 90-day plans for all different sorts of issues. You want to try to follow on Instagram, if at all possible. It's an easy and wonderful place for us to connect. And we're running some really cool contests on right now. I don't know if any of you have seen them, but we've been doing a contest just last week. I think it's ending soon. We did a contest for a giveaway where you do a couple of things and you can win. This week's giveaway was all about weight loss. So you get a backpack and you got a drinking bottle and all these cool things for weight loss. But we're doing 6 weeks to summer, and every week we're going to have a different giveaway with a different backpack. Last but not least, also connect with us on YouTube. If you liked this presentation, you enjoyed being on here live or listening, subscribe to my channel by clicking on the button and then ringing the bell so that you're going to get notifications each and every time we have a new video coming out. We're back again on Thursday evening talking to you all in Spanish, and then next Monday talking about skin. As you know, vision changes everything. I strongly recommend The Vision Driven Leader by Michael Hyatt. He is a great mentor and a friend and a wonderful person who just has guided many, many business people on their road to success, not the least of which is me. Look for his books on Amazon and everywhere else. We've got links to all of his books on our website, and we'll be providing some of the links in all of the chat groups and stuff. And remember, you are amazing. You are the magic. And last but not least, thank you for having been here, and have a wonderful week. Okay, everybody, that was a lot of talking. Woo, my mouth is dry. I talked as fast as I could. We got through all the topics, which is a really cool one. Everybody's Mickey is clapping. Sariba says, thanks for sharing. Yeah, I'm happy that I was here this week. I have to say, super interesting specials this week, right? And so many of them. I was really, really amazed. Let's see if we pick our winner, which would be a really nice thing if we could pick someone. Remember, we're giving away the Precious Florals kit. I only have one, so only one person is getting this kit. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody who is on the recording. If you're on YouTube, try to get on live. We'd love to see you on here. Send us a DM and we'll send you the link to the live. And for those of you who are on the live, hang on, because we're going to be awarding the winner with that wonderful kit in about 1 minute. Have a wonderful week, everyone.